That time is now. Let's make this moment let it young. The time is now. Let's make this moment last. Give up yourself onto the moment. The time is now. Give up yourself onto the moment. Let's make this moment last.
And indeed, the classified scores start off with the only 0-0 of the evening, which was between the two main rivals, Arsenal and Chelsea. It was a game of slim chances and a tactical cagey affair, one would say, but 2 goals disallowed on both sides of the pitch meant it was honours shared and points shared between the two. Likewise, between the Aston Villa and West Ham, it was 1-1. Craig Bellamy opened the scoring for the Hammers until Nigel Reo-Coker equalised just before half-time, and that's the way it stayed in the second half, points shared between Villa and West Ham. Whereas the Manchester United rollercoaster just keeps on going with 2 goals this time for Gary Neville of all people, while Wayne Rooney also got his regulation deuce against Birmingham City, who did score thanks to rather consolation goal from Lee Cook, but it was in the end redundant as they were still through 4-1 against Manchester United. Everton continuing their good run, missing a game there. Derby County and Reading, the 2 surprise packages of the season, both honours shared in their game as well. Leroy Lita and Kenny Miller with the goals in the first half there. As I was mentioning, Everton back to winning ways with goals from Anderson Silva and James McFadden against Portsmouth, who are also trying to get back to winning ways themselves. But it's back to the drawing board for Goodison Park. The goals did very much continued on Merseyside though, with 7-1 against Fulham. Liverpool, that is. A hat-trick for Ricardo Vazte, Juan Arango at the double as well, John Arisa and Stephen Gerrard also getting in on the fun, and Robbie Keane would have done so as well had he not hit the post from a penalty. Fulham did get a late goal back thanks to a set piece from Simon Davies, but ultimately was not enough, especially with Jimmy Bullard sent off early in the first half. It was very much curtains from there. Manchester City with a comfortable result in the end against Wigan Athletic, although it was James Collins who actually opened the scoring for Wigan in that game. But a late rally in the second half between Petrov, Boyanov and Rolando Bianchi very much set the game to bed, and Man City arrived at Main Road with 3 points. And it's the same scoreline between Newcastle and Bolton Wanderers. Very much a similar game, in fact, as Kevin Nolan opened the scoring for Bolton until there was a reply back from Emre. Then Joey Barton and James Milner in very quick succession in the second half put the game to bed. But the game will be marred with 2 potential long-term injuries to Michael Owen and Damien Duff in that game for Newcastle. They'll be certainly having some anxious waits on the physio reports on them. Then we move on then to the battle at the bottom between Sunderland and Middlesbrough, and it's perhaps a game that neither of them wanted in the end. It was a 1-1 draw. Michael Chopper and Paulo Ferreira with the goals there, and unfortunately not exactly what either team wanted there, but they still continue to fight another day. And lastly, but certainly not least, was a very comfortable result in the end for Tottenham Hotspur against Blackburn, 4-0 to be precise. They were 1-0 for the majority of the game. That was until a late rally that saw Ricardo Roca, Jermaine Genius and Alfonso Alves putting 3 goals behind Blackburn in the space of 10 minutes. Really hasn't been a good start to Harry Redknapp's career at Blackburn. And done. Oh, Jesus. Right. Okay, so where are we at now? So that's where the league table is now. Actually, Joe, I'll do the league table over here because that was a full match day. And now with all those matches in the history books, let's have a look at what the Premier League table looks like as things stand. With 15 games left to play, it is still looking really dire for Fulham at the moment after a couple of wins and a couple of possibilities of drawing a few teams back into the relegation mire. That 7-1 drumming has really punched a hole into their goal difference. They still stand 6 points away from safety, with Sunderland and Wigan ahead of them at the moment in the relegation zone. Blackburn Rovers very much tumbling towards the relegation zone as things stand. That's their point of Harry Redknapp really has not worked out as intended. Middlesbrough only 3 points ahead of them at the moment, with Portsmouth still considering themselves part of the relegation battle. Elsewhere, then, Bolton and Aston Villa are sharing 13th at the moment, separated by goal difference, while Newcastle have moved up to 12th with their win against Bolton. Birmingham have dropped into the second half of the table, but only by a point, as the resurgent Everton under Sir Bobby Robson has moved up into 10th. Derby County, who may have feared a relegation battle this season, are comfortably safe in ninth, with potential European football on the horizon. What a day that would be for the Rams if they can welcome UEFA competitions to the Midlands. Whereas Reading will also have aspirations of the same as well. They are currently on joint points with Arsenal, are currently sharing seventh place, also separated by goal difference. Manchester City are looking comfortably sixth place at the moment as they are equidistant between Arsenal and West Ham United, who are comfortably competing against Spurs for that fourth crucial Champions League spot that would be game-changing money for either Tottenham or West Ham United, you would have to say. And it does indeed seem that Liverpool have introduced themselves into the title race after some comfortable victories over the last month. They are now just a point behind Chelsea and five behind Manchester United, who comfortably dispatched Birmingham today and are now 4 points clear on the Premier League table. Shara bastards. But I'm
You're still
still
unbeaten.
unbeaten.
You're still
I'm
unbeaten.
still unbeaten.
So
Which is fucking insane to say. It's not right. It's just not right, Dave.
right up next, Manchester United at Old
Oh, see, yeah, you have got a tricky one. I've got Newcastle, which isn't as bad, but still not great.
Got a big one. I've got a big one.
Mm. Okay, I'm gonna make one change to my tactical setup and see if it makes a difference. It's not a massive difference, but it will help, hopefully. Right. A couple of days rest before we kick on against Newcastle. And I think in that time I'm gonna have deadline day, so we shall see how that goes.
Oh, here it is. Transfer
Yeah,
deadline day.
here we are, yeah.
Are you taking part?
Yes, I am, because I do have business to attend to.
Right.
Right, let's see. Take part. And away we go. So, hmm.
You're not getting Mascherano. I don't care what the rumors say.
Yeah, I don't know why that keeps coming up. I think it's just because he just keeps coming up in our scouting. That's all. Like,
Like it genuinely says Kevin Doyle to Liverpool. It's like I've no interest in him.
yeah. Again, I've also made my point clear that like if I could clear off some squad players, I would go with Kevin Doyle,
Mm-hmm.
considering the season he's having. But at the same time, not urgent. Like I said,
No,
I think the only business I could be doing is that move for Leighton Baines, and that's only if I can get Wayne Bridge
well,
uh
Man United have made
goal
an
as
offer
well.
for Wagner, 22-year-old Brazilian Wagner.
Oh, Wagner Love, yeah, he's a
No, I don't think it's Wagner Love. I think it's no, I don't think so. Wagner
that's a
Love is the
pity.
guy with the dreads, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Mark Viduka as Alkmaar, apparently.
Hmm.
Adriano still showing up on those Chelsea rumors.
He is, and quite frankly, after that performance from Shevchenko, he might keep showing up there because he was fucking terrible. He's really, really bad. Like I didn't get a tune out of him at all. Like it's actually quite poor. Um, but look, you have quiet days sometimes. That just happens.
Mhm.
Now, what's this about an interest for Claudio Pizarro? Who's showing interest?
I'll snap your
On by
hand off.
Rome.
Who is it?
Fucking literally, yeah, like not even remotely joking, like. Hey, let's use the media against him. Nyak, 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 nyak. Okay. Do I want see a few agents floating around ideas as well? It's like see how that goes. Because even if I can get some of the players loaned out, even that would be ideal,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh.
Well, now,
Hmm. Well, reject. Juventus wanted Steve Finnan. Well, Steve Finnan didn't want to go anywhere. So happy days.
mm-hmm. Right. And now Martin Skirtle is officially registered. Yay!
You've
On
got
the
him.
lads.
Got your
My job, we
man.
got him. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
you absolute bastards. I had a loan offer from AS Roma for Claudio Pizarro. Everything looked fine. I just wanted to add a optional permanent fee at the end, and they fucking withdrawn it. Fucking arseholes. Being offered Miroslav Klose, the agent offers include one Miroslav Klose. Um, he's a bit pricey for my liking, lads. Not gonna lie. But
Well,
thanks for the offer
there's a
anyway.
potential canon rumor here. Per
Oh,
Mertesacker to Arsenal.
I mean, it would have been the right time. Would have been the right place. You know. I'm being offered fucking Cafu here as well. This is like, babes, I don't have the space for this. Like, he's 56 at this stage. Like, come on. Like, a bit fucking old for my liking, you know? Hopefully, I'm gonna have Drogba back now after the Newcastle game and Kalou. So
Yeah.
I won't have to rely on Shevchenko lumbering around the field for
I've got
anything else.
Alexandra Pato, I've got Lucas Leiva, I've got Harry Kewell coming back,
Lovely.
Traore, etc.
Alrighty. It's time. It is fucking time. I've done my first bit of business for today. And Leighton Baines is now a Chelsea player. Happy fucking
Congratulations.
days. And John Terry's going to show him around the place. I'm not sure how well that's going to go, but he's the captain. That's his job.
Bye bye, Crouchy. See you there, pal.
Oh, where is he off to?
Real Madrid, 35 mil.
Motherfuckers. You bastards.
Real Madrid.
Now, again, serious question here. How are Real Madrid going to use him? Like, I want to know. I want to be in the room for the tactical explanation of why Real Madrid of all teams, like, are they like properly like being like the greatest show on earth and going, look at the amazing long man? Like, is that what the plan is? Like,
It could potentially be, to be fair.
it just seems very strange. It's very strange behavior there. Very
Well,
strange behavior.
mm, Ricardo Vazte, right, has
Hmm.
15 goals and 4 assists in all competitions.
That's insane. Like, that
Peak
is just a
energy.
perfect example of a player taking a ball and running with it, isn't it?
Yep. Juan Arango got his first 2 goals.
Very nice,
Two
very
goals, two
nice.
goals and 2 assists in 2 games. And Gerrard's just Gerrard. 12 goals, 7 assists.
Yeah, I'd say the goals have dried up a smidge, I would say, but not like egregiously. And two more deals done. Wayne Bridge and Gail Kakuta have both signed for Arsenal, netting me a good £22.5 million, which, as you know, Dave, is exactly what I paid for Leighton Baines. Haven't spent a fucking penny.
I don't think I need to buy anyone in this window.
No, you did your business very well, in fairness. Between Keane, Arango, and Vazte, you're well and truly covered.
Don't
Um,
forget Govu.
and Govu. Yeah, I forgot about Govu, actually.
Torres
Hmm,
injured. Lucas Leiva and Sissoko are on international duty. Same with Marcelo and Pato. So, again, I've got plenty more depth coming as well.
nice one. Very
Coming
nice
back,
indeed.
should I say. Right.
I do love the way the
Fucking.
agent offers come in. It's like, here are all the players at Bordeaux. Oh, let me look at
I've
all
got
these
I've
really.
got I've got a little mixture here. I've got Aaron Benzema, who's a young,
Yeah.
you know, young little sprite at Lyon. Jeremy Toulalon at Lyon.
Mm-hmm.
Again, young in this save. Jermaine Genius is being touted to me. Anton Ferdinand, Diego, Thomas Vermaelen. Definitely not signing Dean Ashton, not sure.
Yeah, I don't think you need him somehow.
There's a couple of names that are quite a flashback. Christian Panucci and Francesco Toldo.
Yeah, Toldo. Yeah, shit.
Adriano.
Yeah, Adriano would have been a great romantic signing if I could get him, but unfortunately,
Samuel Eto'o will cost you £244 million to buy.
there's an interesting sign there, by the way. Man City signing Gary Medel for £700,000.
That's gonna be their kind of Riyad Mahrez or Kante signing. They'll sign him for
Yeah.
fuck all and then he'll be a beast.
Yeah, and in fairness, actually, that's a solid bit of scouting there for Man City. Well done.
Yep. I mean, they have a great striker already who's kind of ripping up the league anyway.
Yeah, Bianchi's had a good season.
Who is the Premier League top goal scorer?
I think it should be Drogba, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, drop at 15 closely, but
Yeah.
followed closely by Rooney.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rooney and then possibly either Vaste or someone else.
Kevin Doyle.
Kevin Doyle, yeah. I heard he was scoring well.
No, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo has been quieter, I want to tentatively say.
Jack Hobbs gone to Man City. Thank God for that. Why have we
So,
chose to sign him? Because we don't need him. That's why.
hmm, Steve Sinclair is apparently getting a loan offer coming in, but I'm gonna turn it down, to be honest, because he is getting game time for us, and like, realistically, I'm still gonna have players missing over the season. So Apparently, Chelsea players are upset that I sold Gael Kaku to Arsenal. It's like, sorry, lad, to break it to you, but he wasn't going to be that good. It's just the reality of it. In fairness, though, I'm actually quite happy with my transfer business, um, because I would still like to get. Can we get Steve Sidwell out of the out of the uh, out of the club in 8 hours? We shall see. Because I have a good level of attacking midfielders there. When is Michael Ballack actually due back? Is he due back at any point? Still saying 3 to 5 months. So yeah, he's pretty much out for the season. So we've got midfield options. It's pretty much like Lampard is going to occupy the top spot of the number 10 role. But I've got Kalu as a backup, and then take your pick between De Guzman, De Jong, Mikel, Woods, and Sen for the other midfielders. That's pretty fucking solid. So I am quite happy with my options, and I think once some of those forwards come back from fitness and from international duty, everything else should fall into place. But it's frustrating that like even with like an almost perfect season, like I'm
Yeah.
still undefeated and yet I'm 4 points behind United. Like how does that make fucking sense? How does that make sense? What's frustrating as well is I still have about 40 million I could spend if I want to, but I
Don't
don't
need
have
to,
any.
do you?
I don't have anyone to spend it on. Like the
Yeah, I
team
know.
is full. It's a full squad. Like, you know, that's why I want like I would have liked to have gotten a big like a nice like option on the left, but when you got Maluda there already, he's always going to be playing those games anyways. So like there's a great option there, like Ezekiel Garay, but he's like 29 million from
Yeah,
what's
like
his Santander. Great option, but look at the defenders already got in, like you know what I mean?
exactly. Lionel Messi, 103 million.
Yeah.
Maxi Rodriguez, 53 million. Like, I'm not gonna, I don't need these guys. I've got literally the majority. The way I put it is, if I'm gonna mount a title challenge, right?
Hmm.
The way I've looked at it, if you go to squad planner, you go to the experience matrix in the squad planner, the majority of my team are either emerging or on their peak.
Hmm.
It's a balance between emerging talent and talent in their absolute peak. So my full squad is prime at the minute,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
the
because
way
I
I
think
balanced it.
I think that was your issue in a sense where like you needed players to peak now to
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah,
Whereas I was kind of the opposite where I wanted to take away to actually rejuvenate the squad just a little bit. But again, it's not necessarily it wasn't necessarily like, overhaul the squad. It was just like
no,
the first team is fine. It's a squad players that you'll want to rely on over the season. Like just having those like couple of goals from say fucking Claudio Pizarro at the start was great. Like that was really really good. Um, oh hello, we have a loan offer in for Steve Sidwell.
Gokhan Inler. Now there's a name. Okay,
Well, Davo,
many players have you signed?
none because I was waiting for I was just having a cruise around, um, probably because I would be probably cutting the dead silence out. While you
Say
were
hello.
gone, I was
Say
actually
hello.
having a look. Oh, there's Kitty. Here's the nice Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Are you gonna ruin my save file like the other one did? Are you? No,
He's
because
all
you
right.
fucking know better, don't you?
Just in case, take that shit.
Um, yeah, no. While you're out there, I was having a little gawk around, seeing how we're doing. I've finally got a chance to look at the Valencia team I'll be facing in Europe in a couple of weeks' time, and
Oh, dear.
fuck me, it's a good team. It's it's a good. I'm slightly nervous, I'll be honest. Would you believe? It's a bit of a it's a very top heavy team, and now Arsene Wenger's in charge, and it's going to even be more fucking top heavy. It's going to be
Oh dear.
great. Um, but yeah, I was also seeing how the Africa Cup of Nations is going, and Ivory Coast are in the final.
Nice,
They're
nice.
also hosting it as well, so the whole weight of the nations on their shoulders and all that jazz. Um, but yeah, fucking, they're up. They'll either face Morocco or Algeria in the final.
Means I guess Sissoko back. That's good.
Yes, it does. Was he from which country was he playing for? Mali or Senegal?
Mali.
Mali, yeah, because they got knocked out. Well, they were got to the third place. They're in the third place match, so
Cool.
we won't get them just yet. And Steve Sidwell is off on loan to Everton. I'm sure he's going to do great for Everton.
Did he not play for them in his career?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I think he did.
He, I mean, he sounds like well, he came from he was in Reading, so he's like I just remember him in blue the whole time. But I thought he went Reading, Chelsea, Stoke. I thought that was his path. Yeah, I have it here, right? So, funny enough, actually, he was actually an Arsenal graduate, would you believe?
Hmm.
Few loan deals. Then his actual first proper time was at Reading for a couple of years. Then
Yeah.
Chelsea, then Villa. Totally forgot he was at Villa, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was at Villa. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not Everton.
Yeah. Then he was at Fulham for a couple of seasons.
That's Stoke then.
Then Stoke, and then he retired at Brighton.
That's right.
So there you go.
Played like 4 games. It was like a packing it in.
Yeah.
Because I think he joined Brighton when Chris Hughton was still in charge, you know?
I that does ring a bell. Yes, I think
And
so.
then he was like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, I know. In fairness, he was actually done at that stage. To be fair, like
Oh yeah,
he was like a perennial box to box player, and then once your legs go as a box to box player, that's it. You're out. Like
you're
that's
done.
you can't do any more than that. Um, and there you go.
Right.
That's
That's it.
that's the
We
transfer
waved
deadline
we
done.
waved goodbye to Peter Crouch, Dirk Kuyt, and Fabio Aurelio. We welcomed in Pascal Chimbonda, Juan Arango, and Robbie Keane.
Hmm.
And Fernando Torres still here.
Yeah, I'm just having a look here now and seeing like what were the kind of the major deals for like the window. So on deadline day. And I can pick out a couple of interesting names. Brett Emerton is now at Spurs.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
they've
because
had the
you
most players in on deadline day. They got 6 players.
yeah, well, which makes sense because I think they had to replace Chimbonda because you signed him from Spurs. So,
True.
that's Emerton. That's Emerton there. Obviously, we got Sidwell gone. Sibierski's gone from I think he was at City. I think possibly. Doris Vassell is on the Sheffield United on loan, which is an interesting move there. Alexander Hleb is gone.
Oh,
He's gone to Sampdoria for 5.5 million. I mentioned Gary
that
Medel already.
Jesper Gronker signed for Spurs.
hmm Charles Zogbia is now at Manchester City.
Oh,
Um, a future Premier League champion Shinji Okazaki is now at Derby County for half a
ah.
million. There you go. Um,
Well, Charles and Zobia has a 2 Europa League wins ahead of him. So
yeah, that's true. That's very true. Stephen Hunt is now at Wigan. Derek Boateng is at Man City. That's a decent sign actually for Man City.
Kevin
Uh,
Prince Boateng's at Spurs.
Double French signing for Everton, by the way. Daniel Conray and Loic Perrin. They jumped on transfer deadline day as well.
Okay.
And a young Gylfi Sigurdsson is out with Doncaster. And the least
Love
said about that, the better.
it. Yeah.
And I have all these fucking journals asking for opinions, and they're not fucking getting any. Stop knocking. It's 11 p.m. I'm going to fucking bed. Anyway,
So Man
so
United's biggest signing was obviously Peter Tchaikovsky
mm,
for 18 million, and their biggest outgoing was Tom Heaton on loan.
well, in fairness, now they kind of put a bit of a shocker on by selling gigs in the summer, so
Yeah, I mean
that's to be
Tottenham
expected.
signed Dimitri Triginsky,
Mm,
Chigrinsky to replace Robbie Keane, I think.
yeah,
It's a ballsy signing. No, he's a centre back.
mm,
Okay. Supposed to have Berbatov, didn't they? So they're only gonna. You signed Nigel de Jong, 24 million. That was a good one this window, actually. To be fair,
yep.